What up, Bugles? It's your boy Nick Wotan from Comics Bugle, and I want to welcome you to this video. Today I'm gonna look at Venomnibus by Cates and Stegman. It's a new and fresh release, and I'm looking forward to talk about it. But before I start, let me introduce you our eShop, comicbooks.com, your friendly neighborhood comic book shop in Europe. Except of great catalog of collected, deluxe and absolute editions, epic collection and omnibuses, we guaranteed you eco-friendly Hulkproof packaging, free shipping in whole EU, and option to pre-order your comic book now and pay for it later. You can also split full price to 4 payments because we know how expensive these comic books can be. So check it out, comicsbugle.com. Don't forget hit that like and subscribe button here, and also check out TikTok and Instagram. Okay, Venomaniacs, let's take a deep dive into the darkness. Venomnibus by Cates and Stegman. Cover price 125 USD, 1352 pages. It contains whole Venom run by creative duo Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. Also includes both epic events coming out straight from this run. Specifically, issues Venom 1 through 35, and issue 35 also known as Venom issue 200. Venom Annual 2018, Web of Venom Vietnam, Web of Venom Carnage Born, Web of Venom Raid, Absolute Carnage 1 through 5, King in Black 1 through 5, Free Comic Book Day Special 2019 Spider-Man Venom, Free Comic Book Day Special 2020 Spider-Man/Venom, Incoming number 1, and Carnage Black, White and Blood issue number 2. That's a lot of material right here, so let's check it out. First, we look at the cover. I have a version for direct market, and in front cover we have what actually was cover of issue number 1, which was also used as a cover for first paperback edition. Art is work of Ryan Stegman, and I just love it. Badass Venom on a gargoyle, lightning bolts in background. It looks really cool. Here we can see front cover of the regular edition, which was cover of King in Black issue number 1. Artwork also by Ryan Stegman. This one is a little more action-packed, and we have a lot of characters right here. Venom is on front, of course. Next, Wolverine, Captain America, Spidey swinging there, Cyclops, Hulk, Iron Man, and King in Black himself. Me personally, I find it a little bit overwhelming. I prefer minimalistic style of DM cover, but hey, that's just me. Spine and back cover is the same for both editions. In spine, we have a name of the title, names of creators, little art in the bottom, and Marvel Omnibus logo up here. I am a little surprised it is Marvel Omnibus and not Marvel Venomnibus, like it used to be in other Venomnibuses. It's not a big deal, but I feel like I need to mention it. In back cover, we have classically little sum up of story, review citations, cool art of Knull sitting on his symbiote throne, and underneath that is list of issue which Omnibus includes, and also is their parental advisory warning. Like yeah, I guess this run is a little more violent than other Marvel series. When we take Dust Jacket off, we don't have any Venom here. Instead, it's here super cool symbiote dragon named Grendel. Symbiote dragons are essential part of this run, and just look at it. It's so cool, right? When we open a book, we get an opening page and pages with tables of content. Pages themselves aren't labeled by numbers, so logically there is no categorization of story by it. Instead, we have here names of people who work on series and specific issues. Let's talk about creators for a little. We have Donny Cates, who, except of this Venom run, worked on series like Thanos, Doctor Strange, Thor or Hulk. And that's only Marvel. For example, for Image Comics, he created hit series like God Country or Crossover. Second half of creative duo behind his run is Ryan Stegman. I absolutely love his art. I see in their influence of Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo, and they are just my favorite artists in business. Stegman worked on series like Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, and my personal favorite, Superior Spider-Man with Dan Slott. By the way, Superior Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 would be released later this year, and I just can't wait. There is big chance I will make a video about it, and actually you can pre-order it now on our eShop, so don't miss it. Okay, back to the Venomnibus by Cates and Stegman. Name could suggest these two are only creators behind this omnibus, but that's not true. Except of these two gentlemen, we get writers like James Stokey, David Michelin, Jeff Loveness, Philip Kennedy Johnson, Callan Bunn, and a lot of artists. After tables of content, we get an introduction by Donny Cates himself. I enjoy reading it. We get a classically whole story about how he get to work on this title, how much it means to him, and how it actually changed his life. After that, we finally get first story named Rex. In this series, we follow story of Eddie Brock and his symbiote. Cates in his run actually redefined whole Venom mythos. In the first story, we will find out that symbiotes are on Earth longer than we think, and there is so much to their history. And what is important, we get a most badass Marvel villain since Thanos, Dark God of Symbiotes, King in Black, Nal. Fun fact about his name, Nal is actually profanity in Swedish, like really vulgar word. In fact, it is F-word in Swedish. I don't know if it is honest mistake or Cates knew about it. Me personally, I like to think Cates knew very well what he's doing. One way or another, Nal is a great character and it is a really terrifying villain and fantastic addition to Marvel Universe. Cates also done great job with exploring and creating new layers of symbiote mythos, and part of that we can see in Vietnam one shot after first story. It's cool action fun and it have Nick Fury and Wolverine in it. In next story we get to meet Maker. Maker is one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics. It is Reed Richards from Ultimate Universe, which breaks bad, and he is so evil. Who read Marvel Ultimate Comics books and Ultimatum storyline already knows his life story from teenage genius to mad scientist. I just love that character development because for me, Reed Richards was always just one step from being supervillain. I love Maker's storyline in this whole run, and I'm looking forward to find out more about story which this run sets up for him. Next story gave us some Brock's family time, and Cates proves here you don't need the big symbiote dragons to create a really dark story. We also get really important information about Eddie's past and finally Matt Dillon. I don't want you to get any spoilers, but this boy is essential to whole run. After that is there a little setup to Absolute Carnage and tie-ins to War of the Realms event, which is fun read. And next in line is Absolute Carnage itself. It is so good. It have really violent action, high stake risk, dangerous psycho villain, and thanks to involvement of other Marvel heroes, especially Spider-Man, this whole dark tone of story is a little bit lightened up by his humor. Yeah, Cates uses humor in whole run, but he doesn't overuse it, and often it's really dark, which is good. On the other hand, Spidey's childish jokes are refreshing in this blood-soaked event. After that, Eddie Brock must deal with aftermath of Absolute Carnage, and we get a story which reminds me of a first Predator movie, and I mean it by best possible way. Next is Venom Beyond. I am DC Comics fanboy, which means I am a sucker for multiverse and alternate dimension stories. And this is just it. Eddie and Dylan travels to alternate universe where whole world is under symbiote regime. It is really good and it makes me wonder how would Cates go in DC. I wish he writes something for them one day. Okay, it's here. Epic conclusion of whole run. Grand finale which was set up from issue number 1. King in Black. Now is here. He is angry, he is dark and evil, and he takes no prisoners. King in Black was also released in its own omnibus, which includes every tie-in of this event. Me personally, I'm not a fan of event omnibuses, because most of tie-ins are just fillers. To be honest, from King in Black, I remember most only Savage Avengers one. And Savage Avengers will get their own omnibus soon, and these tie-ins are also included in there. You can actually pre-order it now in our eShop, and I will probably make a video about it because it was a really good series. In fact, only essential tie-ins was from Venom series, and they are included in this Venomnibus, so don't worry, you get a whole story like you should. King in Black is great epic event and I enjoy it so much. I love when writers plan their run in advance, and you can just see how Cates had clear vision of whole story since issue number 1. I would recommend this Venomnibus to longtime fan of Venom as well as the new readers. It has whole story from A to Z. and you actually don't need to know anything about character to enjoy it. After King in Black, we get a Venom issue 35, also known as Venom issue 200, where we see new status quo which was set up at the end of the King in Black. The bonus in end is short story from Carnage in Black, White and Blood. After whole story arc, we get a Variants cover gallery and some cool character sketches, which is standard setup of bonus material. Omnibus also contain bonus material from Absolute Carnage, like his J. Jonah Jameson editorial and transcripts of interview from Ravencroft Asylum with Carnage, Shriek and Eddie Brock. Proverbial cherry on top is gallery of covers of every issue of Venom solo series from issue number 1 to issue 200. That's everything what I can say about Venomnibus by Cates and Stegman. I really love this series. It's fun, dark read, and I recommend it to just everyone. If Venomnibus by Cates and Stegman catch your attention, you can order it at our eShop comicbooks.com. We guaranteed you eco-friendly Hulkproof packaging and free shipping in whole EU. You can find link below video. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out any further videos. In comment section you can write what other omnibuses or collected edition would you like to see in our videos. See ya, Bugles!